Happy morning, ladies and gentlemen, as this fresh morning brings us to the fresh new tournament, Whitefield Premier League. A huge season of cricket here at Chennai. At this iconic venue, Whitefield Cricket Ground made Medawakkam one of the hot spots of the city, and of course this being considered to be one of the cricketing hubs of the city. As you could see, two teams competing each other in this tournament. Mighty Warriors taking on Kings United in Whitefield Premier League. Himalaya and Tanveer being the openers, with Shiva with the ball. And the on-field umpires being Arunachalam and Sundar. With everything setting to be on tone, a big tournament with a winning prize of 1.5 lakhs for the winners. For that, the challenges of being on top teams across Tamil Nadu were competing each other. Such wonderful weather here at Chennai. Typical Chennai weather, of course. This year it's been too hot as the heat waves were transmitting heavy. Right to the first ball. Straight away onto the bats. For the first runs of this tournament. Miscommunication, chance of a run out. Not a convincing signal for the fielding side. Leg by shows the on-field umpire, Sundar. Kings United won the toss and they have decided to bowl first. Typically in Chennai, we've seen a lot more cricket happen in this particular season. Speaking about the typical weather in Chennai, because that's something that's been hot spoken topic of the city, especially when you are hosting a sport, an outdoor sport. We have to speak about the heat here. We've seen plenty of times even the people of same country will feel hard to play at Chennai. That's the kind of weather that it gives. Cross batted shot as the field is being placed deep, long off and third man for the bowler. That's quite interesting. There are a lot of possibilities of him inviting the batter to go for the cover drive, and with that left-right combination they could actually accelerate a lot more. They're building this intriguing partnership together. I could see Shiva trying to bowl good length outside the off stump just to invite the batter to go through the covers, and thickish outside edges could probably end his innings by giving a catch at third man. Even if he connects the ball, there is a fielder at the deep at long off. Similar kind of field positioning for Tanveer too. As I'll explain you the field positioning. Long off third man, of course, extra covers, cover point fielder, completely protected outside the off stump. And just two fielders on the leg side, and that could clearly give you the idea and where he's going to bowl. Having a slip fielder, wider third man, long off, it's going to be way outside the off stump. Going to operate the game at one end. Swings and got the connection better. That could be the first boundary of the morning. The Whitefield Premier League, Tanveer is getting off the mark with that boundary. Not the right way to bowl on. When you're having all the fielders on the offside, just two fielders on the leg side, and no man standing at the deep, he is taking that risk of attacking the stumps. This time goes taking the aerial route, couldn't get the connection better as of expected. Will be just a single as the mighty Warriors trying to attack the bowler without taking time in the crease. Actually, we're speaking about the weather in the city. We'll get back to that. Before that, the thing that should be spoken is the modern day approach of the game. You could see that name, Sachin, the man who designed the way how the game is being played. His advanced thought process, actually being the ambassador of the game for a long time. Wonderful use of the wrist. Couldn't get a run out of that, but that's quite controlled batting display. With two different batters having two different style of approach altogether. Both Himalaya and Tanvir were having different style of approach. With Himalaya trying to build the innings to the next level, whereas Tanvir is a different style of batter who's playing the typical T20 brand of cricket. That's what I've been speaking about, the approach that he's having. Swings and misses out. Continuing with what we're speaking about, the approach of modern day T20 batters with Phil Salt and Sunil Narine were having. Nine for no loss after the first over. Quite a bit of positive batting display. Right, we've been speaking about the approach of T20 batting display with the likes of Phil Salt, Sunil Narine. There has been this aspect quality that most of the cricketers had in the batting that's been missing out here. Just because of one thing, that's the kind of quality that's not necessary at some point of time, because all you need is numbers game in T20. Whether you got that boundary or not, whether you got that run rate or not, that matters a lot. So it's not about good shots, it's about the shots that providing runs on the board. Of course, that's how the game has been turning. Even those legends of the previous generation would have approached a similar kind of approach. For instance, if Rahul Dravid is playing for Rajasthan Royals at this point of time, his approach will be quite different. It demands the modern day cricket, of course, and the commercializations that's been hanging around the T20 format. Even you could see this name, Whitefield Premier League. The Premier League is a different emotion altogether in India. Of course, all around the world it has different emotion, but in India it's the Indian Premier League. The past 15 years of cricket, it's been designing the world cricket, and that's continuing as of what we're speaking about. Proper timing, fielder at the deep. Will be a couple of runs on the board. Good comfortable running between the wickets. And by looking at the kind of pace that's being generated in this game, the stroke making qualities, that shows a different style of approach. All of them were quality cricketing sides, the mighty Warriors, Kings United, and the rest of the teams that's going to play throughout this tournament. So that is a reason for the prize amount being 1.5 lakhs. It's gonna be the hunt for one of the best teams across Tamil Nadu. So the challenge will be there, pressure will be there. The one who handles the pressure and the challenge altogether throughout this tournament will be lifting the trophy at the end of this tournament. The wonderful wrist. I love the way how he's using his wrist positions, both Tanveer and Himalaya. Of course, the approach was different, the mindset was different, but the way how they play the game of cricket is still having the quality. In Chennai, typically you could see most of the cricketers with the kind of quality that's being discussed on. One of the cities that's been known for playing cricket, one of the cities that's being known for creating the culture of playing cricket, not just for decades, it's been centuries around. The game is being played in the city despite of the weather, despite of the heat. Especially in summer, the cricketing culture will take its next level. Catches the call, and that's easy one for the fielder, and that brings the first breakthrough here for the Kings United as Mohan the bowler brings the breakthrough, trying to check the shot but couldn't get the connection that he is looking for as a lefty has to depart. Look at that, fumbled in the middle as the batter departs. 12 for 1 Mighty Warriors. Right, 12 for 1. AK Rajagopal and the new batter in a 3 for Mighty Warriors. Positive start in the power play, that's something they've been looking for. And I've been speaking about the decision of bowling first. I'm not sure about this venue. We've seen a look at this track. It has a bit of dry grasses surrounded, hard in the conditions. So quite a bit of supportive for the batters, but at the same time in the new ball you could see something for the bowlers. They could purchase something out of it. And because of the heat, the regular cricket that's being played in this venue, maybe there has been a bit of slowness in the condition. That could be a surprise call, because just looking at the way how the previous batter is being dismissed. Thickish outside edge. With that single, he's getting off the mark, Rajagopalan. As we've been speaking about the slowness, the possibilities of this being a slow condition, that's quite low, but at the same time you have to expect that probably after the fourth over, after the fifth over, you should expect the slowness in the condition. If it's not happening, it's going to be batters delayed, but at the same time if it's happening, the spinners will be dominating the game. So keeping all these things in mind, United Kings might be having this thought process in their mindset that just checking the kind of nature of this condition, or how it's going to react by testing Mighty Warriors to bat on. Now the wonderful over coming to an end, 13 for 1 after 2 Mighty Warriors. Right, third in for one. As we're speaking about the tournament, a hunt for one of the biggest teams in Tamil Nadu, being sponsored by Iron Interior, Berger Paints, Sriram Timbers, Axis Bank, SBI, RB Reality Sports, Aparna Venster. Would like to thank all the sponsors for making this happen. And a lot of tournaments like this will happen regularly in summer. We initially spoke about the heat in the city, but at the same time, the heat will also have a love affection for cricketers across the city. You could never see an empty ground in Saturdays and Sundays in Chennai. And you could easily see cricketers, the boys and girls, wearing kit bags and traveling through the government buses and trains. That's the kind of craze that this city particularly has for this game. And obviously Indian Premier League, CSK. But one among the reasons of the kind of love that the city has for the game, different kind of approach from the skipper, as he's having mid-off inside the circle, but still a longer fielder covering the deep extra covers and the deep point fielder, and he's bowling an Yorker. This is not something that's going to work for the bowler. It's contradictory decision making that offers a boundary for the batting side. And you're having a deep point fielder and a deep extra covers fielder. You don't have the freedom of bowling to the pads of the batter, especially when you have not having a fielder at the deep square leg. A lucky boundary for the batter, and that should be kept in control. Now there has been a bit of adjustments in the field positioning. The reason why I'm continuously speaking about the field adjustments is this is where the areas, the knowledge of the game, the way how the captain is using the conditions will be tested. You can't just blindly go with the field positioning without consulting the bowler. And for the bowler's perspective, you can't just blindly bowl wherever you wanted to bowl. You have to analyze the batter's strong zones. You have to analyze the kind of field positioning that you're having. Catch is the call, and that beats the fielder comfortably. Easy boundary at the long off region. Goes over the mid-off fielder's head. A risky stroke making, but offers 4 runs on the board. Good stroke making. Also, this is quite interesting style of bowling approach. This is not completely out of his zone, as he is having a deep extra covers fielder who is covering long off slightly. Maybe the intention of the bowler is to invite the batter to go for such regions. If you play the cover drive, it will be just a single. That's the kind of intention that the bowler is having. As Shiva continues to bowl. And no third man at the deep. Slide a bit of punch over, that will be just a single. Not a single, that's a dot ball. Catches the call, and that's taken. Easy one for the point fielder. Seems like it's been a hard hit for the batter. He's using his bottom hand tightly. That's a hard swing. Couldn't get the connection as he's expecting. For Shiva gets his first breakthrough. That's 22 for 2 Mighty Warriors. 22 for 2. Mighty Warriors in an urge of scoring a lot of runs in the power play. They've lost wicket number 2. Early breakthrough here for Kings United. Now they can use this situation to add on a lot more pressure for the batting side. Intention to attack the stumps. Still 2 fielders on the leg side. Sometimes the fielders will go with the conventional way of approaching. Only 2 fielders on the leg side, having mandatory slip fielders. Sometimes you'll be forced to do such things. If you loved Australian cricket in your childhood, that's the kind of approach they did. So using slip fielders, having attacking intent sometimes restricts the batters from having that freedom of scoring runs in the board. 22 for 2. As you could see, Sharma, the new batter, unit number 4 for Mighty Warriors. We'll head back to this topic of pitch condition. Every city offers a different style of approach altogether because of the kind of weather that it has. Especially in subcontinent regions, you'll be having different kind of weather in different cities. So it won't be the same case if you're traveling to India. Chennai will be reacting differently, Bombay will be reacting differently, and obviously the northernmost regions will be having different weather and the different kind of approach altogether. So coming back to this city's nature, we've heard a lot about turning tracks, we've heard a lot about challenges for the batters in Chepak. Just pushing through the covers, misspelled it is. Will be boundary for the batter as Rajagopalan gets his first boundary. Just heading back to the way how it went for the boundary. And also adding to that, those turning tracks will be the example or the style on which it is being This is quite interesting to watch out for with the way how Mohan is bowling. The area where he is bowling is exactly the batters couldn't come comfortably forward, and of course they couldn't go into the back foot. That's the area you have to attack the batters, restricting them from not coming into the front foot and back foot. That confused state of mind will be really interesting to watch out for. Just pushing it. Hmm. 26 for 2. That's the dugout of the cricketers. It was a widespread dugout, and of course side screen is there. This is one of the majestic venues to watch the game of cricket. Swings and misses out. So you could expect something for the spinners when you're having a match in Chennai, unless it is a short boundary ground, as this venue offers short boundaries, so easy for the batters to score a lot more runs on the board. That sometimes makes the captain to be hesitant to use the spinners in the power play. (28 for 2). 6 runs so far coming off this over. Wonderful use of the wrist and the proper placement as it goes for the boundary. Another excellent stroke making. I'll say once again it is a mistake of the bowler. When you're not having your fielders at the position, you're not having the freedom to bowl at that area. Look at that. Easy pickings for the batter, and that eventually travels for the boundary. Ever since the beginning of this innings, intended boundaries are very lesser, and accidental boundaries are actually adding a lot more value to the Mighty Warriors. So as the unit, Kings United have to look back at the way how they're approaching this game. Probably they could add on a deep fine leg fielder. Then they'll be having this freedom of bowling onto the stump lines continuously. Another stroke making, wonderful use of the wrist. This is even much better. And that travels a long way to the boundary. And he is doing a similar mistake again and again. Look at that. Look at the wrist work. He's very advanced and picking the balls really well. And the head position is still 36 for 2 after 4 mighty warriors. Swings and misses out, strong shouts and the fingers goes up as the on-field umpires. And the scorecard becomes 36 for 2 as Rajagopalan's, in fact Sharma's long fought innings coming to an end couldn't make much impact out of this game. As he is walking back to the pavilion without scoring, mighty warriors are 36 for 3. "36 for 3. Neeraj, the new batter, in at number 5 for mighty warriors. Trying to push through the covers. Good start to the new batter. Quite interesting to see with the way how he's bowling. A short run up for the bowler, but the ball was quick. Just taking back a look at that. And inviting the batter for the cover drive. This eventually went for the white ball, but most of the time, if you're having a slip fielder, and this is 5th over, as the score is 37 for 3, they're trying to add a lot more pressure to the new batter. Having a slip fielder, no signs of a third man. Same kind of field positioning, seems like the skipper's approach it is. sometimes what happens is skippers will be having different approach, and sometimes you have to adapt to the style of bowlers. For instance, if just with Bumrah's bowling, you have to place your fielders according to the way how Bumrah used to concede runs or dismiss the batters. But here, as of now, we could see the skipper's game plan is working really well, and the bowlers were sticking on to that. And the wonderful delivery is bowling at the right areas. Now what happens is, if the batter continuously watch the same ball is being bowled, he will eventually step out or move across to get access to the line and length. This hardly happens for few batters if they have a lot more pressure. In case if Neeraj is having a kind of calmness in his mind, he will just watch the ball and react according to that. A Yorker attempt on the stumps is getting off the mark with that single. Quite interesting to watch, Utva. This has been a long topic, whether you are placing your fielders according to your bowlers or according to the way how the team's formula is working out. Sometimes team's formula will take you to the next level. You have to push your players according to that. Fit in the players for the formula sometimes cost you some quality cricketers. But that worked really well in the international standards. We've seen Mumbai Indians making wonders. Forget about this IPL. That's a wonderful save. Saving a couple of runs for his side. In fact, 3 runs for his side. Just a single that. That brings the end of this over. That's 39 for 3 after 5 overs. Starts from the left arm spinner and the shout goes on. Everybody were confident about it, except the on-field umpire. Arunachalam, the on-field umpire, he's quite confident on his decision. Sometimes the one who gets the better view out of it will be the on-field umpires. Parthasarathy with the ball. I'm quite excited to watch the left arm spinner in action. First spinner we are watching at the last over of power play. Will be really interesting to watch Utva. Catch the ball. Got the connection, but couldn't go for runs on the board. For someone like Parthasarathy, the field positioning would be a typical left arm spinner field positioning. As you could see, the short third man standing halfway through the 30-yard circle. The backward point, cover point, extra covers, mid-off inside the circle. This time through the covers. No chance of that being runs on the board, as Rajagopalan is taking his own time in the middle. He's having long on and deep mid wicket. A typical defensive approach from a left arm spinner. You can't just keep your ego in the game when you are a spinner in the power play. Just be defensive. Agree that you are well aware of those quick hittings from the batters. Don't show your attitude, because staying grounded sometimes will fetch you wickets. As of now, we could see Parthasarathy getting a couple of dot balls in this over. The last over of power play has been controlled by Kings United. We'll head back to the historic events happened in Chennai in the next over for all the cricketing lovers. But before that, this has been good connection, and that goes a long way to the boundary ropes. A welcome boundary here for Rajagopalan. Just taking back a look at that. Will be first boundary, and the first runs against Parthasarathi goes over the extra covers fielder. If it's not the approach, would have been just a single. One more to end this over. Just single boundary of this over so far. To all the cricketing fans watching this game out there, we will focus on this game. Along with that, we will focus on the culture of Chennai's cricket, especially the historic events happen in this venue. Right, the last ball of power play tried something cheeky out there, and he eventually got the connection as the ball travels a long way. Good stop at the deep. Couple of runs on the board, and that brings us to the end of power play. 6 overs completed. It's 45 for 3 mighty warriors at the end of power play. As you could see the bowling card over here. Shiva 2 overs, Mohan 2 overs. Rest of the bowlers both single overs. That's good use of power play with 4 bowlers being bowled. Wonderful use of the wrist. Starting off with a single post power play. Now we have to look at this next 8 overs, the middle overs of the game. 7th over to 15th over will be quite crucial for any batting side with the way how they are approaching the middle overs. Probably they might be going defensive, as the conventional formulas to go defensive by not losing much wickets in the middle overs, just saving your batters for the last 5 overs. That's a formula of T20 batting. But now looking at the way how the modern day cricket is working out, the batters were taking some time in the power play, and eventually in the middle overs they're scoring 100 plus runs in 8 to 9 overs of time. You could see this man Raja standing as mid-off inside the circle, and they are having extra covers at the deep. Now we'll be heading back to this cricketing culture of Chennai. Wonderful use of the wrist. Now you could understand why the captain is placing the fielder regularly. He's been placing these fielders for all the fast bowlers, the same field positioning, and the bowlers are working on the formula. Right from 1916, if I'm not wrong, the first ever Ranji Trophy match happened here at Madras, the Chippa ground, which has 100 plus years of experience of hosting international cricket. Wonderful use of the feet. Good save at the deep, saving couple of runs for his side. That's quick running between the wickets from the batters. Adding to what we're speaking about, Right from the British period, the pre-independence period, there has been a different style of cricketing culture in India. There is no BCCI at that point of time. The teams played as religious sides, the Hindus, Muslims, Parsis. Another wonderful connection which eventually goes for the boundary. Proper placement in the post power play. I'll say this is the way how you have to approach the post power play overs. Just take back a look at the placement between the fielders. Karen Pollard used to do this. Most of the greatest middle order batters used to do this. You can't find aerial route every single time. You have to place the balls in the gaps, and that's where the real cricket is hidden. That brings us 50 up here for Mighty Warriors with that boundary in style. This went on to be quite expensive over, as him being the wicket-taking bowler Vimal. And Neeraj is supporting Rajagopalan at one end. This is the way you have to build the partnership. Probably one wicket allowed for the batting side. And the middle overs, another wonderful use of the wrist. Will be easy boundary for the batter. Back-to-back boundaries here. And pressure on the bowler. He doesn't feel the pressure of facing a wicket-taking bowler or a set bowler. He's having the kind of confidence that he's having right from the beginning of his innings. And this is one among them. Proper placement. Still they are not having fielder at the deep fine leg region. It slowly raises out of the boundary ropes. A wonderful shot. Will be just a single. And he'll be keeping the strike back for the next over. That's 58 for 3. In fact 58 for 3 after 7 overs. Eight for 3. Continuing with where we left this chat in the previous over. To all the viewers watching this game, happy Sunday. Enjoy the brand of cricket. Of course, there has been IPL matches to be played in the evenings. But yes, as of now, the cricketing contest that you're watching will be providing the entertainment that you're looking for. Now continuing with that cricketing culture that we're speaking about. Finding the aerial route. Not the connection that he's looking for is not working out against the left arm spinner as Parthasarathy continues to bowl. Swings and got the connection. Sweep shot against the left arm spinner. Well, that's a formula you have to do in India. When Joe Root came to Chennai in 2021, he scored a wonderful double century against the mighty Indian spinners Ravichandran Ashwin, Kuldeep Yadav, Akshar Patel. One thing that helped him a lot is the sweep shot that he played in the red track wicket. The red soil wicket supported him and he started playing sweep against the spinners. Those are the kind of formulas that you have to approach in case if you are a visitor or a hometown batter. It's very challenging for the batters to play against the spinners in Chennai. Speaking about the spin attack in Chepauk, there has been this story that has a different style of reactions to what it used to be in the previous generation in 1970s and 1980s. It is not the spinner friendly condition. Back in the time, it's a pacer's paradise right near the sea breeze. Another wonderful use of this, catches the call, and that's easy one for the fielder. Wicket number 1 for Parthasarathy. Well, that's the way the catch is being taken. Sai is doing miracles on the field today. The magical hands brings the wicket number 460 for 4 now, Mighty Warriors. '64. Vijay Kumar, the new batter, to accompany Neeraj. It hit number 6. Vijay Kumar straight away getting off the mark with a single. I've been speaking about this game where Andy Roberts showed a different style of cricket in Chennai when West Indies team toured India to play 4 test matches, with one of them being played at Chennai being called as Pongal Test, happened in one of the finest Januaries. The morning that no Indian cricketing fans will forget. You could ask all those people who lived in 70s and 80s. They could oddly remember that one knock played by Gundappa Vishwanath against the mighty West Indies when Andy Roberts dismissed 8 batters of India. The so-called spin track went on to be a fast bowling condition on that day, when Gundappa Vishwanath played a lone warrior knock of 97 not out, which eventually saved India from a huge loss against West Indies. Well, that's the kind of approach it had during the late 70s. There has been this story about the condition being a spinner friendly. Late in the 70s, India was that one country which had plenty of spinners, right from Bishan Singh Bedi, Chandrasekhar, and many other spinners were coming on. That has been the strong zone of Indian cricket team comparing to the Pakistanis, who are regularly using pacers. And obviously the Englishmen and Australians and West Indies were using this bodyline attack with the fast bowlers. India used the finger spinners, who made revolutions with the ball on the field as well as off the field. So that's the kind of time when the pitch curators worked on to change the nature of the condition. Because even today, when you look at the 2 different grounds with similar kind of natures, with one being Wankhede of Mumbai and the other being Chepauk of Chennai, both the grounds were near the sea breeze, were enjoying the sea breeze, but the nature of those conditions were completely different, with Wankhede supporting the fast bowlers and batters and Chepauk being the spinner's paradise. Even the heat is similar for both the cities. A cross batted shot that beats the fielder, easy one for the batter. A better connection against a full toss delivery, but not an easy one to attack. Just take back a look at that cross batted shot. Hammered it straight away, and no chance for the long on and long off fielder to save that, going for the boundary. Vijay Kumar is rushing things as quick as possible. Now we are speaking about this middle overs. After the end of power play, it has been 3 wickets, and they have to carry with the wicket number 4. The 5th wicket partnership should continue until the 15th over. Then they could be comfortably score a lot of runs on the board. And speaking about so-called tailenders, It depends upon the kind of tail that you're having. If you're having long tail, then it's mandatory that you have to bring this partnership to a longer level. In case if you're having a lot more batters until number 8 or number 9, then yes, you're having the freedom of attacking against someone like Sai Balaji, who was the fielder, got the wonderful catch initially. Now it's a two-way attack with the spinners, the finger spinners, adding on a lot more revolution with the ball. Pushes into the back foot, just going for the single. So that where it lies, as the projected score shows 160 if they go with the same pace. The problem for Mighty Warriors is the wicket column. They've lost 4 wickets initially, with one batter scored 30 plus runs and the rest of the batters couldn't make the impact that they're looking for. And these cross batted shots, the intention to go for the sweep shot. Protected field positioning here. Another dot ball trying to go for the reverse sweep. Just a backward point fielder, no signs of short third man or a third man. The batter glides the ball behind the stumps. Easy opportunities for him to go for the boundary. Will be just a single. To end this over. 7 runs coming off this over. That's 70 for 4 after 9. Couple of runs on the board. Couldn't go for the boundary, but got the connection better. New bowler Balaji into the attack. Gets the kish outside edge to go for the single. We'll continue with that stories that we're speaking about. Just heading back to this game. The situation that they are in at this point of time, it's something that pressurizes them, the Mighty Warriors. Despite of the kind of start that they have got, this is the phase of the game that's going to challenge their batting potential. It's easy for any of those batters to go for the big shot, trying to go for the big shot, because you're having this freedom of making it happen in a T20 format. But what's most important is structurizing the batting pattern and the way how you're going to finish the 20 overs with the bat. That matters a lot. There has to be a lot more discussion between the batters. There has to be a lot more planning for every 4 to 5 overs and where the game is going and how it is to be approached. And these were the areas they have to keep things under control. Now the good over. Just 3 runs coming off this so far, with 1 more to complete this over. We are nearing the halfway through the first innings. Near the dot ball to end this over. That's 10 overs, 74 for 4 Mighty Warriors. Strong appeal. Should have been a breakthrough. But the next 5 overs will be quite crucial. This is not something I've been speaking about after the power play. This phase shows us the quality of the batters because everyone were having the same style of batting, everyone were having the technique, the skill. Then what matters a lot is your temperament and your adaptability of the game, the way how you're approaching the game, the way how you're planning the game. Everything will be described in these 5 overs. If you're facing the batting display in these 5 overs properly, then you're the batter. And these were the areas where the selectors, the scouting members will watch out keenly. Good approach. That's a misfield. Not something that the bowler would have expected. Sai Balaji will be disappointed after watching this, as that goes for the boundary. After just breaking the silence after a very long time, getting this boundary. This is such a wonderful shot. What a catch! What a catch it is! So far, the moment of the game, this could be standing ovation for the fielder, as Vijay Kumar's intention to go for the big shot is going in vain, and it's fifth wicket fall for Mighty Warriors as they're moving down for 80 for 5. Just take back a look at this catch. Not a everyday sight to watch out for. Strong shouts. That's going upish. Signs the on-field umpire. Good one from Sai Balaji. He is lucky enough to grab the dismissal. Another wonderful delivery. Couple of good ones from Sai Balaji here. 80 for 5 after 11 overs. $80 for 5. Full toss delivery, and that's been punished hard. This time you can't expect any fielders to grab the catch as it's going way out of the boundary ropes. Such a wonderful stroke making. And early on in the innings, he's easing out the pressure. Neeraj spent a very long time in the crease, and that's paying off for him at this point of time. 86 for 5. Starting off with a wonderful sixer against someone like Balaji, who's quite new to the crease, just bowled single over. Another full toss delivery, this time using the full pace of the bat. Not getting the connection that he's looking for. I love the way how Neeraj is pacing his innings. With this sweep shot goes for the boundary. Good try from the fielder, but couldn't stop that going for the boundary. He's racing out of the fence for the boundary. Just taking back a look at that. This is not the shot we're speaking about. This is a sweep shot that he played. A proper timing. And you could see the pace of the ball when it reaches the boundary ropes. Into the 90s now, mighty Warriors. Taking up the responsibilities at the very right time here, Neeraj, and that solid defense shows the kind of quality that he's having. And you know, mentally he's such a strong batter. That's what I've been speaking about. The temperament of a batter matters a lot. If the batter is having that mental stability, then he could do a lot more miracles compared to the batter with techniques. In fact, Mahendra Singh Dhoni have elaborated about this. The batter with the skill is not equivalent to the batter with a kind of confidence, or a player with a confidence. He'll always prefer the player with a confidence. You know, when you're having the confidence, this is what you will deliver. That's clean ball as the bails were flying off from the stumps. Balaji gets his first one, and Anand Raj, without scoring runs on the board, he has to get back to the pavilion. Look at that, Yorker from a spinner. Not a new one to India's cricketing brand. It's 91 for 6, mighty Warriors. Right, 91 for 6. Tony, the new batter, to accompany Neeraj. Seems like mighty warriors are losing their way in the middle. Unless or until this is the right topic to speak at this point of time, the importance of lower middle order batters are the so-called tailenders. If you mention this word tailenders, then the problem is for mighty warriors. If you mention this term as lower middle order batters, then yes, there are a lot of opportunities for mighty warriors at this point of time to look at. Because even some skippers like Mahendra Singh Dhoni, Rohit Sharma were speaking about this. Vicious for a dot ball. Is bowling wonderfully. That brings us to the end of 12th over. 91 for 6 after 12. And adding on to what we're speaking about, the importance of bowlers batting well. In fact, one more to complete this over. This seems like the beginning of an over. Got things under control. Now what these captains are preferring is the approach of England cricket team, and of course the approach of Australians or even the West Indies. What they're doing is most of their bowlers will bat well. For instance, if you take someone like Pat Cummins, is batting really well. One wicket my bowl. Okay, shuffle panikla. Okay, fine. And that adds a lot of advantage for the batters initially in the innings. Those batters could take whatever the risk that they are looking for by trusting the rest of the batters. Even Pat Cummins will save the innings. Some instance Mitchell Stark will save the innings. Now what happens in India is having this conventional formula of approaching the batting display. 7 batters, with 2 of them will be all-rounders, and 4 constant bowlers who never bats. In fact, some batters will bat to an extent, but in a T20 game that won't be enough for them to expect something from them. So now this adds a lot more pressure. You'll be having 4 of the batters who'll never bat well. Strong appeal. No signs of that being a dismissal. So if this approach changes, if Bumrah bats well with a kind of responsibility, if someone like Mohammad Siraj bats well, then the opportunities of someone like Rohit Sharma and Surya Kumar Yadav and Virat Kohli to improve the strike rate, to take whatever the risk that they're looking for, will be very high. For that, the word pure bowler or the word tailender should be restricted. We should use this term as lower middle order batter. So all the 11 players should do something with the bat in a responsible way. It's not a day's luck. It should be responsible, like the way how you expect something from Surya Kumar Yadav, like the way how you expect something from Shreyas Iyer. You should expect something from someone like Siraj if the wicket falls early. That should be kept in mind in the modern day cricket, not just in international standards, even in gully cricket, even in these kind of tournaments. Teams should prepare their playing 11. Teams should prepare their players by having a constant batting quality despite of the role that they are playing for the team. Of course, it's very hard for them, but they have to adapt to these new approaches, new challenges. Then the advantages will be very high for them. Last ball of this over. Strong appeal. No chance or signs of that being a dismissal. Will be a couple of runs on the board to end this over. That's 13 overs completed. And it's 98 for 6 mighty warriors. $98 for 6. Run out opportunity. Couldn't grab that, will be just a single. A cheeky one from the batters. Seems like Tony and Neeraj were good at batting. They could make this partnership to the next level. Just 7 overs of good partnership could take them to 170s and 160s. 99 for 6. Balaji continues to bowl. Wonderful stop. Right, 99 for 6. Mighty Warriors. Cuts it and they got the connection better. Will be easy runs for the batters. Run out opportunity again. Got quite closer. If it was a direct hit, the chances of that being a dismissal was very high, as these batters were risking their wickets. 100 up here for Mighty Warriors anyway. Risking their wickets to take things under control. No chance of that going for runs on the board. Quite economical so far. Balaji is taking things under control. With 2 more to end this over. Swings and misses out. Dot ball to end this over. Economical over here from Balaji. 101 for 6 after 14. Mighty Warriors. Wonderful use of the feet here. The left arm spinner Parthasarathy. Something delightful will happen always when I see a left arm spinner in action. You know, it's just because of the kind of evolution that they made to the game. It's not just that every 5 overs you could see the left arm spinners changing their style of approach. Right from the period of Sanath Jayasuriya to the periods of Yuvraj Singh, who flighted the ball well with the slowness, and Jadeja with the quick action, and Akshar Patel now with most of the balls being bowled as an arm ball. And even in international standards you could see someone like Akil Hussain bowling in swingers in the new ball as a left arm spinner. That's the kind of evolution that they are showing in the game. And if a left arm spinner does well, the team does well. That's the mantra. That's the simple mantra we've seen over a point of time. And India is a country of left arm spinners. Right from Chandrasekhar's period to Prakanoja, Yuvraj Singh, Ravindra Jadeja. A lot more names to be mentioned as a left arm spinner. Of course, Parthasarathy is one among them. You need not to be represented the country. If you are belonging to this country and you're having some skill in you, you're on among them. You're an Indian left-arm spinner. In the over break, we've seen the batters praying. We're watching this guy. Neeraj is building his innings to the next level, whereas Tony is taking his own time in the middle. I love this approach. This is what the approach I've been speaking about initially in the innings. Now they are finally completing the 15th over by losing 3 wickets and scoring nearly 59 runs with the bat. I'll say this is quite good number with the bat, but what's the difference is the wicket column. They should have lost just 1 or 2 wickets, not the 3 wicket column in the middle over. Now entering into the death overs, the modern day term, you can have the freedom of scoring a lot more runs in the board, and this is the phase your end total will be designed. It may be 160, it may be 170, or it may be 140. Depends upon the kind of approach that you're going to show, and of course it also depends upon the kind of bowling attack it offers. 104 for 6. Pushes for the single. Both Tony and Neeraj. I've seen the batters discussing a lot about the game plan. For every over they could see the change in the scoreboard, and they can plan according to that. To be very honest, today's weather is quite calm and breezy compared to the typical Chennai weather. Good stop. And I can't go for single over there. Adding to what we're speaking about, the weather is showing some mercy to the players. Typically, even yesterday's weather is quite high. It's hot and humid regularly. And after 11 a.m., the situation gets really bad. You can't come out easily. Wow. Swings and misses out. Speaking about the weather factor, this is the nature of this city. People get used to it, but at the same time you have to keep yourself hydrated. Not just the players. In case of any parents watching out this, keep tracking your kids, the hydration level. Give regular amount of waters and fruits. That's quite mandatory at this point of time, especially this year 2024 is really challenging. Just 2 runs coming off this over. One more to end this over. Raja is quite interesting. At the death overs, they are using a different bowler altogether. Run out opportunity. That kept closer. Strong appeal. Quite surprising to see the decision from the on-field umpire. I'm not sure about what happened in the middle. Seems like this was a dismissal. It's a layman's point of view. 16 overs, 108 for 6. With 4 more overs to complete the first innings, mighty Warriors. Just speaking about the previous over, Raja bowled a simple run-up and a slow delivery. This is where the understanding of modern day cricket should be taken to the next level. Because one of the greatest white ball legends in T20 cricket is Dwayne Bravo, who is not known for his 150 plus balls. He's actually known for his slower deliveries, and most importantly the kind of mind games that he is approaching to the game. Even someone like Kieran Pollard used to say that it's not about the pace, it's not about the technique, it's about the mind game, it's about the understanding of the batters. When you're with the ball, you should always be well ahead of the batter's thought process. Then you're the greatest bowler. That's how the white ball cricket works. So sticking on to quick pace bowlers will work to an extent if the bowler is having a plan with him. If he's just hanging on with pace, you can't expect nothing from that bowler. Last over for Parthasarathy. 14 for 1 is his number to complete the 17th over with the left arm spinner, taking slight bit of risk, maybe to dismiss the batters, to tempt the batters to go for the big shot. If they try to go for the big shot, there are a lot of opportunities of dismissing the batters. So that's why the mind game works really well for the bowlers. If you're way ahead of your batters, if you could read the mind of the batters really well, then you could make the batters to dance on the pitch. Swings and misses out. He's having a bit of turn, bit of extra bounce. And that alterations from Pathasarathi. He's not bowling in the same areas. All of a sudden he's bowling a stump to stump delivery. And then he's bowling something outside the off stump. Cross batted shots were not working out. Tony is struggling really hard in the middle. He couldn't be able to fit himself in the position. Just 3 runs coming off this over so far. With 1 more to complete, the Kings United were coming strongly at the death phase of this innings. Seems like they were well ahead of their opposition. Just controlling the batters, both set batters and of course Neeraj too. A low full toss delivery, kept under control, good placement, what a stop it is. A wonderful stop from the fielders. Will be just a single, saving 3 runs for his side. This is the shot we're speaking about. Good quality cricket all round, right from the shot offered to the way how it was stopped. Look at the effort. That's 17 overs, 1 win, 2 for 6. One and 2 for 6. Mighty Warriors. With Balaji continues to bowl. I'm having 100% trust on this bowler. With the way how he's bowling. Those unplayable deliveries. Good length attacking the stumps with a bit of extra bounce. Slight bit of shades of Moeen Ali. The kind of turn that he's producing. But it's not Balaji, it's Raja, it's a different bowler. We spoke a lot about him, not comparing, but with the context of Dwayne Bravo. It doesn't matter about the pace. It's all about the areas that you're bowling. Catch is the call that lands in a no man's area. Quite a bit of luck for the batter. He have to carry that forward to the next level. Enough is enough. Tony took a long time to access the condition, to understand the condition. Now it's his turn, along with Neeraj, to take the innings to the next level. Anything under 140 will be challenging for them to fight on in the next innings. You should have something to fight on in the second innings. Quicker one, slight bit of movement from the batter. That adds a lot of impact with the way how he's bowling. You shouldn't watch the areas of feet movement of the batter. That could control your angle. Full toss delivery, got the connection better. And that will be... We have to wait for the on-field umpire's decision. Will be a maximum, it shows. As the on-field umpire came up with his decision. This one was the shot for the full toss. That went one for a maximum. Now the ground staff were in the process of searching the ball as it went out from the ground. White field is looking green.
John, the real
121 for 6. Over the bowler's head. One of the most safest places to score runs on the board. This adds extra runs on the board. Look at that. Overthrows are costing. At the end phase of the innings, everything will happen. Just take back a look at this. This is the moment we're speaking about. One two. Steps out and goes for the big shot. And that's massive stroke marking from the batter. Goes a long way for a maximum. This is a real batting display. Typical Indian batting display. What speciality about this innings is it took a long time in the initial phase of the innings to make this happen. Neeraj, his strike rate was under 80 for most of the time in this innings. It's a Rohit Sharma brand of cricket, Sachin Tendulkar brand of cricket. You take your own time in the middle, then go for the maximums. Such a stable batting display from Neeraj. One 33 for 6. Slices it to the back foot. This has been an expensive over. 18 overs completed. 134 for 6. 134 for 6 with 2 more to end this innings. I'm not sure about the past score here, but looking at the way how Kings United have bowled today, it depends upon the kind of batting that they are having, and of course it depends upon the kind of bowling attack that Mighty Whiteys were having. You could take Mumbai Indians as a big example. The way how you defend the total, they are the great example of it. Just keeping that in mind, they could easily defend this total if they bowl at the right areas, like the way how Kings United have bowled. 48 now, Neeraj. Just 2 more for his well-deserved half century. And 11 more to complete the first innings. Punished hard. This will be just a single that brings back Tony on strike. Single run coming off this over. Good start from Mohan, a wicket-taking bowler. At this point of time, more than taking wickets, you have to be economical. By conceding 7 to 8 runs in an over will be quite good for the bowling side. Nothing more than 9. The ball being used in this tournament is Kookaburra. Such a wonderful ball to play the game of cricket. Into the back foot. A pull shot by rotating his body. And he is heading back for the second run. Run out opportunity. Went on to be quite closer decision. Wonderful running between the wickets. Speaking about the ball being used here, Kookaburra was the brand that's been used across the globe. Such a wonderful balls. Batting friendly, bats friendly. You won't see much of damage is happening for your ball. Resistance will be very high. All you have to do is just time the ball and you will fetch the result that you're looking for. And to all those teams or any of cricketers watching this tournament, the slots are still open. You can apply for the slots both for weekdays and weekends. .138 for 6. 12 boundaries and 3 sixes so far in this innings. 8 more to end this innings. 49 not out, Neeraj. Of 39 balls. A batting manual he is, but this time finds the aerial route, and no chance of that being a half century as the batter walks back to the pavilion, losing his wicket for 49 runs. And Mohan gets the breakthrough again. This is how it went. Look at that shot. Lost his control. And the ball landed safely into the hands of the point fielder. 138 for 7 now as Neeraj walks back to the pavilion. 49 of 40 balls. Such a wonderful innings from the batter. Played for a long time. Took his own time to understand the conditions. Stood for the team for a very long time. And now making wonders. Made wonders so far. Last ball of this over. 138 for 7. Just 4 runs coming off this over and an important wicket which shows Mohan's quality in death bowling. Now all the eyes on 150. The new batter. Speaking about 150, will that be possible? 12 more runs required to reach the 150 mark. Well, that has been considered as a par score for a very long time in T20 cricket. If you score 150 or more, then you're settled. You could easily defend the total. Now the context has been changing. You're watching 280s being chased down, 250s being chased down. Modern day cricket have changed a lot, that we have to adapt to that. This time fingers goes up. Another wicket in this over. This time it went on to be a run out. Good work from the fielder, good work from the wicket keeper. Working together, dismissing Tony, who's been struggling for a very long time. 11 of 20 balls. This is how it happened in the middle. That's 139 for 7, 8 in fact after 19 overs. $139 for 8. Two new batters. 11 more runs for the psychologically positive scoreboard. You know what happens is if you score 149, you'll feel like you're in 140s and you have to defend a low target. If you score 150, you feel like you're in an average total. You can comfortably defend the total. So one run brings the difference. That's called psychological impact of a game. So it's always important to be well ahead of those psychological impacts. 150 will be very good for Mighty Warriors to defend the total. I hope so. I believe that they'll be having good quality bowling attack. But I will never underestimate the approach of Knights United. They're having good game plan. They might be having good batters in the second innings. Will be interesting T20 contest to watch out for as being a commentator, as being a viewer. All we want is to watch a drama in a T20 game. A last ball drama, especially a thriller to watch out for. Swings and misses out. Krishna Kumar came at number 10. Probably these bowlers, these players, Amin and Krishna Kumar, we could see them with the ball. They could bring a huge impact with the ball. Swings and misses out. Now last 3 balls, starting off with a couple of dot balls. Shiva to bowl his third over. Not completing spells, these set bowlers, the wicket taking bowlers. That's quite surprising to watch out for. Finds the aerial route. First runs coming on the last over. The opportunities of making it 150 are still there, but I couldn't see any traces or impact in the last over. Krishna Kumar for the first time in this game. Left-handed batter. Krishna Kumar with the bat. Swings and misses out. Now no chance of this being a psychologically good total. They've been controlled down within 140s. I'll say the death overs has been dominated by the bowlers, Kings United bowlers, despite of those couple of sixers. The overall phase has been dominated by the bowlers of Kings United with the last ball of the first innings. Catch opportunity. Fielder under the ball and that's taken. No mistakes done by the fielder as the ball safely landed into his hands. As that wicket of Krishna Kumar brings us to the end of the first innings. It's 140 for 9 at the end of 20 overs. Mighty Warriors. With that last ball, the intentions of going for the big shot is not working out as I've expected. That's a wonderful take from the fielder. Not an easy one to take a height catch in a mid-hot conditions. Stay back with us. That's the end of first innings. Mighty Warriors are around 140 for 9. Now Kings United required 141 to win the game in the second innings in 20 overs in this Whitefield Premier League. As those stumps shows the logo WPL. To win the game, 141 required. Stay back for the second innings. right to the second innings. Warm welcome here from the mighty Warriors. You showed us what is space. Now we are showing it. That's the kind of body language that they are showing here, mighty Warriors. Kings United required 1-4-1 to win the game, with Amarnath and Gladwin Raj being the openers. Al Amin with the ball. We spoke about Al Amin in the first innings too, right? When he was batting. He could be a bowler because he's coming late to the innings. That's what exactly resembling here. Al Amin with the ball. Starting off with a couple of back of length deliveries with slip fielder, third man and sweeper cover at the deep. Same kind of field positioning, only two fielders on the leg side, with one being mid on the standard field positioning and the other being short square leg fielder. Rest of the regions were kept empty on the leg side. Now the biggest question is, how long will you persist yourself from bowling that leg delivery or stump line delivery? If you're focusing on that, then the intention of the batter would be on the leg side. So it's more of a pressure for the bowlers to avoid bowling to the stump line deliveries, since they're not having much protection on the leg side. Getting off the mark with that, Amarnath to the non-strikers then. Gladwin Raj to face the first ball of the game with this Whitefield Premier League. He's got a grand start here at the Whitefield Cricket Ground, Medavakkam, one of the hot spots of the city for the past couple of years. Punched hard as the fielder chasing down the ball is going for the boundary. Gladwin Raj is getting off the mark with that boundary. Such a wonderful stroke making, adapting to the length that he is bowling. He's not Amarnath. He's not someone like Amarnath to defend the ball. Gladwin Raj is having his own approach of making things possible. This is the beauty of T20 cricket. Your formula may work to certain batters. Even with Amarnath, he's taking his own time. It doesn't mean that he's afraid of the bowler. Couple of runs on the board. Cuts the ball again. This time fielder at the deep. They're going for the second run. What a running between the wickets. Such a wonderful effort. The way how they ran back. It's kind of inspiring to watch out for, with the way how they're doing things in the middle. Look at that dive. That shows the commitment for him. Gladwin Raj. This is quite good with the way how he alters his lengths. So far 8 runs coming off this over, with Kings United showing off a positive display in the chase. Eight for no loss. Trying to play it through the covers. Strong appeal. As that went on to be dot ball in this over. That's 8 for no loss after 1, Kings United. Eight for no loss with that completing the first over. Now the change of bowling seems like a slow bowler. They're approaching with a spin attack in the second over. This is not something I've expected from Kings United, but Mighty Warriors are doing that. Moving on with spinners early in the innings will work a lot. This is what it happens. Use your spinners in the power play. This land is known for spinners dominating in the middle. Just keep that in mind and move on with the spinners. Tanveer with the ball. As Tanveer starting off with the dot ball with the delivery that confuses the batter on his decision making. Quite good with the control that he is having. The beauty of using spinners in the power play is you eventually end up picking up a lot more wickets in the power play. That's the intention of using spinners in the power play. It doesn't matter if he concedes a couple of runs on the board. What matters is there is a digit 0 after the 9 that should become 1 and 2 and 3, and the wicket should fall in a regular interval of time. That should be the intention. Given a lot of width, and that's been attacked into the fine leg region. You know the result, I know the result, everyone knows the result as it goes for the boundary. As Gladwin Raj is creating the impact that he is looking for. Look at that, this is the invitation from Tanveer. Come on, hit me for a boundary. And taken for granted here. Thank you so much, says Gladwin Raj. Quite good with the way how he's controlling things. Gladwin Raj is waiting for the right ball to attack. He's not someone who's blindly going for every single ball he's facing. Watching the ball and deciding the shot according to that. Sometimes it's a shaver kind of attitude. Attacking is the best form of defense for certain batters. He is one among them. The more he attacks, the more he looks better, the more he looks greater. If you push such kind of batters to think a lot about the game and to plan the innings, they'll eventually lose their wicket. Let them go with the flow and rest of the batters to take the control. This time into the back foot, catches the call, but that beats the fielders comfortably. No chance of that going for the boundary, but will be a couple of runs on the board. 2 overs completed, 15 for no loss. What a shot! In style it is. And a massive sixer. He is unstoppable here. But this time it comes from a different bat. As you could see, Amarnath making things happen. Amarnath making things happen for a team in cricket is not a new thing to India. But this Amarnath is bringing us a lot more new impact in the power play. To add a value to this name, we've known Lala Amarnath and Mohindra Amarnath. Lala Amarnath being one of the greatest cricketers to ever play for Team India. Most important thing is the thought process of Lala Amarnath that cultivated us to Mohindra Amarnath, the one who believes in red color, uses red color in any form, every single time, every important occasion when he plays for India. That includes the World Cup final in 1983. And he is the man of the tournament. He is the man of the match of both semi-finals and finals for Team India. Nobody knows. Most of the cricketing fans never knows about these facts. Mohinder Amarnath is one among those underrated, unsung heroes of 1983 World Cup. With the ball, with the bat, a senior most campaigner. Indian team didn't have a coach at the time, so Mohinder Amarnath have played dual role for Team India. Such wonderful blades they have. The way how they meet the ball with the middle of the bat, it's juicy to watch out for. With the way how the ball is reflecting, it's Kookaburra white ball. Cost and efficient, the quality that it produces to the game. It's batting friendly, bat friendly as of what we're speaking about. Your bats will be safe when you play with Kookaburra balls as being used in this tournament. And to all those other teams watching this tournament online, you're having an opportunity to be a part of this tournament. The slots are still open. You can apply and travel here. Weekend slots and weekday slots are open for Whitefield Premier League. We're heading back to this game. 120 more to win the game. With Amarnath and Gladwin Raj attacking the right balls against Amin and Tanvir. Continues to bowl a couple of dot balls. After that, maximum good comeback here from Amin. Despite of the first one, went for the sixer. 3 back-to-back dot balls against the said batter. With 2 more to end this over. 21 for no loss, Kings United. Pushes for the single. Heading back for the second one. And that offers a freedom for them to go for the second one. Welcome runs on the board here, as Kings United were showing some positivity in this chase. This is the brand of cricket that they should continue playing. No ball signals the on-field umpire. Free hit will be offered. You can score anywhere on the ground. You'll be given that license of scoring runs on the board. Swings and misses out. Good one from Amin. He's impressive so far in this innings, despite of those no balls and sixers. He knows what to bowl to the sit batters. Survives the free hit in style. With 1 more to complete this over. Having some chat with his partner, Gladwin Raj is discussing with Amarnath. With last ball to end the third over. With that dot ball, 3 overs completed, 24 for no loss. (117) to win the game. Catches the call. As you could clearly see, Tanvir continues to bowl. Even shuffling the bowlers, we've seen 4 bowlers bowling for Mighty Warriors in the power play. I'm not sure about the case of Kings United, but this approach of using multi-bowlers within the power play, are only 2 bowlers to complete the 6 overs. It's a different style of approach for every single captain and coach. But this is a massive shot. Massive shot. It is has no chance for the fielder at the long on to stop that. It went for a sixer. Let's recheck with the on-field umpire. Now the signal shows that the maximum brings us to this wonderful partnership. Look at the try. Look at the try. He tried his best but couldn't save the ball, going for the maximum. 31 for no loss. Now it's a gutsy approach here from Kings United as they targeted the said spinner. This time through the covers. Missed fields are costing them a lot as they are scoring runs on the ball. .32 for no loss. Catches the call. What a catch! What a take it is! This time, now they are bringing up the breakthrough that they're looking for. As Tanvir, after conceding a maximum, it's a different batter, but what matters a lot is the first breakthroughs here for Kings, for Mighty Warriors. As this catch gets the batter. 32 for 1. First wicket for Tanvir. Balaji, the new batter, in at number 3 for Kings United. Good run from Tanvir. The intention of bringing on Tanvir in the power play is working out well for them, for Mighty Warriors. We've been speaking about the captain's preference of using different bowlers in the power play. For instance, someone like Owen Morgan, when he played continuous T20 matches at Chennai for Kolkata Knight Riders, he used 5 different spinners for the first 5 overs. Imagine the captain using 5 bowlers and 5 of them were spinners. That's the kind of approach you must have according to the condition, according to the opposition. Now, using spinners in the power play or shuffling the bowlers in the power play will give you the clarity on which bowler is enjoying good game today or which bowler is having a better game today. Then you can use that bowler for a while. So it's a kind of testing phase despite of the previous numbers, despite of the past records. You should go with the current day's cricket. Pushing for the single. With that single, the over is coming to an end. That's 4 overs, 33 for 1. 33 for 1 Kings United. Now 108 in 96 to win the game. Without surprise, the left arm spinner is here. Interesting to watch the way how they're shuffling the bowlers, Mighty Warriors. It's quite connect for them. Similar to my taste for Mighty Warriors, they're using left arm spinner, off spinner within the power play. You know, the temptation sometimes make the batters to go for the wrong decision. That's the first ball. But that's a full toss delivery. If you bowl such a kind of deliveries, this is what exactly happens. The on-field umpire's fingers were going up. That's a huge maximum. Fortunately, it's been punished at the right area. Look at the shot. Look at the shot. Easy pickings for the batter. Now this goes like a touch and go approach between the batters. As we are watching, both Amarnath and Balaji are looking confident in terms of their approach. .39 for 1 as Krishna Kumar continues to bowl. The biggest challenge of being a left arm spinner is your guts. You should have guts to be left arm spinner. Nothing more than that. Don't show your weakness. This is the solidity. Slow and flighted. A wonderful delivery. Pushes the batter under pressure. Another full toss delivery. Another maximum. Another easy pickings here for the batter. Goes a long way to the maximum. And this time it goes out of the ground. You know, this man is actually thrashing the balls. And that's it. The ball is gone. You can't find it anywhere. 45 for 1. Another full toss delivery. Another big shot. Oh, the commentary box. Another one goes out of the ground. These are back-to-back shots here. 3 sixes in this over. And this left arm spinner is being punished. Look at that. But I'll say all these 3 shots were playing against a full toss delivery. 50 up here for Kings United. 51 for 1. With Balaji making miracles. Came into the crease in the previous over after the previous dismissal and rushing things as quick as possible. As you could see, still the ball is being searched by the organizers. What a wonderful shot it is. Just looking back at that shot, this is how he had connected that. As if somebody have hit those three sixes. He's just looking calm and energetic. Interesting batter Balaji is 51 for 1. Back into the attack. Last ball of this over. And he's respecting the right balls. A dot ball to end this over. 5 overs up 51 for 1. Kings United. I was wondering what happened in the previous over. It went for 3 massive sixers by Balaji. 3 full toss deliveries of Krishna Kumar were being thrashed to deep mid wicket. Straight and long off. Now this adds a lot more pressure for them. You know what's important is Krishna Kumar has to learn one simple thing in that previous over. When he bowled the right delivery, flighted with a slow nature at good length area, Balaji had intended to defend the ball. Only if the bowler is trying to bowl, out of control deliveries or full toss deliveries, then he is punishing the ball. It'll be interesting to watch how Balaji is going to face Tanvir. Oh, such an interesting stroke making. As no fielders was.
గట్టిగా ఉంది.
As this become 97 for 2. The man is still batting. Amarnath 43 of 32, making his team to stay into the comfortable position. Now they are into the driver's seat of winning this game, which is losing 2 wickets and creating the impact that they are required to win the game. They're setting the tone. (44 of 46). I think ever since the beginning of this innings, we've seen some fighting back approach from Mighty Warriors with the ball, with the way how they approached with left arm spinners and off spinners. The problem here is, for every mistake there is a punishment here. Those full toss deliveries for being punished, the loose deliveries scored for the boundary. So it's about the one who does less mistake can make things happen, especially someone like Kings United. It's always about creating the impact. So Mighty Warriors bowlers should control those tiny mistakes that's actually costing them a lot as of now, and a lot to learn in this tournament. That shows the quality of this tournament. Not just a cricket tournament, it's about the strong teams, top contenders. With this one among them, drop catch it is. Too many dramas in the middle, should have taken, but unfortunately there went on to be a couple of runs on the board. A regular event that's been happening today. It's favouring Kings United as of now, as the catches were being dropped, runs were being scored regularly. Look at that. Fortunately it went on to be a catch, but unfortunately dropped the catch. 99 for 2 after 11. (99 for 2). Vijay Kumar with the ball. The ball is first over. Finds the aerial route. Couldn't get the connection better. But what's most important is it's 100 up here for Kings United in style. They maintained gradual partnerships together. The contributions have worked well for them. It's 100 for 2 in no time. 11.1 overs, chasing down a target of 141. What happens in the middle? What happens to Mighty Warriors? Somewhere, someplace in the middle, Sachin and Amarnath, along with the rest of the batters, Kings United, have made things possible. This is such a wonderful batting display. In the league phase of the tournament, that's how it happens. You should never underestimate your oppositions. And as the tournament goes on, even the opposition's quality will get increased. And the most important thing is, even you will get improved by learning a lot. For those who are watching this tournament on YouTube or television, you're having an opportunity to participate in this tournament, as the slots are still open for both weekdays and weekend slots. So yes, book your slots quick and be a part of this tournament, the Whitefield Premier League, the hunt for the better quality side across Tamil Nadu, with a winning prize of opening prize of 1.5 lakhs. So you know the worth of it. A team's quality could get increased out of it, but this is not an easy deal for any of the teams watching this. The challenges will be really high as of what you're watching on screen. Quality batters, quality bowlers, top quality cricket will be played here with a brand new Kookaburra ball. And this is one among them. Just 3 runs coming off this over, with the kind of pressure that's been delving around for Mighty Warriors. This is an over to breathe. This time into the back foot, placing a single to give the strike back in the next over. That's 103 for 2. Seven bowlers were being used in this game, with Tanvir being the third over bowler. The rest of the bowlers were given 2 overs and single overs. Maybe this experiment is not working well for Mighty Warriors, it seems. Since you are defending a low target, you have to be on top of the game. You have to trust your top 5 bowlers and you have to give overs continuously to them. That's how the game happens. Anyway, that's 12 overs, 103 for 2. Just 38 more runs to win from 48 balls. .103 for 2 and add a 1 on that. This misfield is the regular story here for Mighty Warriors. I hope it's not the regular case for Mighty Warriors. They would have bowled well, they would have did well on the field, but what stops them is the run rate that Kings United are maintaining. If you keep on scoring a lot of runs on the board, it will be add on pressure for Mighty Warriors. That's what happens. Dinakar, the new bowler, in fact 8th bowler if I'm not wrong. These are all the results of the pressure. If you're running out of pressure, you will try different bowlers altogether. The big question is the bowlers who bowl single over. Why can't the captain give the second opportunity to them? It's not the regular day case. You're defending a low target. You are under pressure. Why can't you trust your bowlers? That's the kind of thought process goes. I'm not criticizing the approach of the skipper, but it's out of curiosity because different skippers will be having different thought process. We can't criticize that. Maybe we can enjoy the perspectives. We can criticize the perspectives. In my perspective, this seems weird. Continues to bowl Antinagar. The one difference I could easily smell from these two captains is the way how the skippers are trusting the spinners. In that view, I'll be with Mighty Warriors. Comparing to Kings United, Mighty Warriors have used a lot more overs for the spinners. So the trust for the spinners, the enjoyment of using the conditions for the spinners is quite high for someone like Mighty Warriors. But the biggest problem here is the hardness of the condition offers something for the fast bowlers and batters. So they are using the condition better. Maybe as time goes, if they continue to play 5-day cricket here, then the 5th day or 6th day might be a different approach comparing to the day one. That's the end of 13 overs, 109 for 2. Decent over coming to an end from Dinakar. A proper use of the wrist. Heading back for the single into the 40s. 48 now. Amarnath marching towards his well-deserved half-century along with Sachin. The name, how did I forget his name? The name batting here, Sachin at the non-strikers end. The name made millions to dream. The name made cricket popular in India, of course, in a lot more ways. Sachin, as of they say, he's the god of cricket, inspiring millions to play the game of cricket. 90s had similar kind of talents like Sachin Tendulkar, A.R. Rahman. Elegant talents, took certain things to next level, but this one is another drop catch. Add one more to the list of drop catches. And eventually it went for the boundary. When your fielders was not supporting your bowlers, the challenges will be quite different. Taking back a look at the previous drop catch with a slow-mo, it was an intended arm ball and Vijay Kumar was quite successful in that. Before this catch was being dropped, it was an easy sitter, should have been taken. This time through the covers, will be just a single. That brings us back to Amarnath's 49. He's on strike now. 1 run for his well-deserved half-century. Amarnath on strike. And gets it. As this man gets his half-century, 50 of 40 balls. Such a wonderful knock throughout the innings. Such a wonderful half-century from Amarnath. A stable innings, took his team under control. Even in the first innings we had these opportunities of watching a half century, but the batter lost his wicket for 49. But now it happened as Amarnath 3 boundaries and 3 sixes with a strike rate of 125. For chasing such a kind of targets like 141, it's quite easy to make a strike rate around 120 and 125. All you need is one batter staying back for a very long time. 14 overs, 108 for 2. (23 of 36 to win the game. Cross-batted shot. Got the connection better. Fortunately, it's not a misfield. Will be just a single. If this momentum continues on, that's what the real cricket waits for you. Or else the match will be finished in next couple of overs, probably 3 to 4 overs. Another big swing. That's thickish edge. Finds the fielder at the deep. Now into the middle of a fine Sunday on May 5, 2024, around 12 p.m. Got the connection. Easy, maximum it is. For a moment I thought it could be a catch, but the connection was pure. In the middle of the bat, as you could see that in the replay. Look at the connection. Look at the body transformation. It just took his body behind for a couple of seconds. In fact, that's what the impact created for the ball to go for the maximum. Racing towards the final runs on the board. Some teens to win the game. 15 to win the game. Key for the good innings, the key for making things possible is quite simple. Both for Neeraj and Amarnath, it's about staying long in the crease. It's not about creating the impact that you're looking for. This is what something I've been speaking about in the initial phase of the innings too. You can't just take things as quick as possible. Any of these batters should take up the responsibility and play long innings. If you play the long innings, then you could see that result. Here we're watching 2 batters trying to play the long innings along with Balaji scoring 23. 15 overs, It's 127 for 2. Just 14 more runs to win the game. .127 for 2. Starting off with a solid defense, Tanvir continues to bowl. His last over, 3 overs, 27 for 1. He was the batter who gave the early breakthrough with the new ball. Just squeezes for the single to complete things, the final proceedings of the game. These are the formalities before starting the celebration. $13 more to win the game. Continues to go for the dot ball. Tanvir is an excellent bowler despite of his 1 over went for an expansive runs. Apart from that, he is quite good with the ball. Steps out. Yorker attempt. Spinners bowling Yorker is not new to India. Long back ago, Harbhajan Singh started doing it in the 2007 T20 World Cup. Right from that, the evolution of spin bowling with Yorkers continued to excel. That you're watching in modern day cricket at Chennai. The next generation are the gully cricketers. Pushing through the single. Not going for the single. Surprising. As Amarnath is not interested in that single. I'm not sure whether it's right or not. With the last ball, lost couple of deliveries to end this over. Just single run came in this over so far. Solid defense. Are they trying to finish the game in the 19th over or 20th over? I'm not sure about that. But as of now, just single run over from Tanvir coming to an end. That's 16 overs, 128 for 2. Starting off with the white ball. Will be 129 for 2. 12 more to win the game. In a T20 formula, 2 sixers to win the game. Maybe that could be the intention of these batters. Now they are running for the single. Both Sachin and Amarnath. Sachin into his 30s and Amarnath into his 50s. This partnership made sure that they are winning this game. Such an ensuring dominant batting and bowling performance. Convincing victories are underrated at some point of time. These T20s are adding a lot more to the thrillers, and people's expectations for going towards the thrillers and dramas. Even I spoke about those dramas. Of course, we're expecting that, but sometimes, the generic form of cricket is something that adds a lot more value to the game. Couple of singles in this over. They should keep an eye on the run rate. For that, they have to win the game as quick as possible. The more balls to spare you having, the more opportunities of you winning the game. Oh, finds the aerial route, catches the call. Two fielders converging together, no chance of that being a catch, as it safely landed in the no man's area. Couple of runs on the board in the middle. 8 more to win the game. A cheeky one behind the stumps. No fielder standing at the fine leg area. Couple of runs on the board. This over went on to be quite different approach altogether. Running between the wickets again and again. With one more to end this over. 135 for 2. 6 to win the game. Will they go for the maximum? The final ball of this Dinakaran over. We have one more to watch from Dinakaran, as this went on to be a wide delivery. Just 5 more to win the game. And finish things off in style. A massive sixer to complete the game, as Kings United are winning the game by a difference of 8 wickets with 18 balls to spare. Massive performance from Sachin and Amarnath, with Sachin ending the innings for 44 runs of 33 balls and Amarnath being 53 not out of 48 balls. With that first match being finished down by Kings United by a difference of 8 wickets. Hard luck for Mighty Warriors, despite of certain things went good in their favour, but end of the day it's been excellent performance from Kings United. They've been outplayed Mighty Warriors in so many aspects of the game. Especially these two batters, Sachin and Amarnath, have made things possible. Congratulations to the winning side, as smiling faces you could see everywhere for this first game of Whitefield Premier League 2024. Started off in style, with Kings United are winning this game by a difference of 8 wickets. Right after the end of these celebrations from Kings United, we'll be keeping you forward to the post-match presentation, where the awards being presented. Following that, the match number 2 will begin shortly. சொல்றேன்